Somebody's going to tell me off for having my bumps of hair exposed. Somebody's not. Somebody doesn't care. Somebody's. The only person that's going to eat this food tonight is me. Because, quite simply, nobody else would want it. No, they wouldn't. Gosh, right. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning, maybe, depending if I have any Australian friends or New Zealand friends or people from somewhere that is actually on the other side of the world. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're well. I'm okay. And this will be a disaster, but that's not the point. Tonight, I promised a bit of strange cooking. Not cooking strange as such, but what the combination will be a little bit less than normal. Less. But it's going to start off all looking tickety-boo. Tickety-hunkety-dority-boo. Yeah? In other words, it's not going to look anything that odd at all. The odd stuff will come later on, as I get closer and closer to the moment where I start thinking about eating it. So what could possibly happen? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? I'll tell you what could go wrong. I could get so close to the point where I'm going to be eating it, and then I get hungry, and I will most definitely be a hungry man by the time I have finished this. I reckon about an hour from now I'm going to be grumbling away like a sausage in a dog. You don't know what that means either. But I'm going to be grumbling away like a sausage inside a dog that doesn't really want to be there. And I'll think, do I really want to spoil this now? It's okay as it is. I'm not going mad with the ingredients. I really want to eat it. If I put this in, maybe I won't. Well, guess what? I'm going to take that chance. I'm just going to do it anyway. Most definitely am. Currently, I have done some chopping up of the onions. So we have onions, of course. Onions go with everything, don't they? And then I'm just going to finally chop up a bit of garlic here. Oh, got my thumb, but luckily I didn't cut it off. It's still attached. I just got that point. I don't know if you've ever done this or not. Sharp knife, you just catch your nail. If you've got a really sharp knife, you'll catch it and it'll actually start to dig in. But it won't hurt because it's just a nail, unless you go right through the nail and into the skin. So there we go, that's good. First of my questions for you tonight. Have you ever had yourself an injury in the kitchen? Because I have, and I'll tell you about mine later on. It didn't turn out to be too bad in the end, but it was, for a moment, a rather uncomfortable and worrying thing indeed. So, there we go. What kind of kitchen calamities have you experienced? And the other thing, I have a really important question to ask, and that is, whatever happened to Ronnie Pickering? Is he still about? You know, the angry man in the Citroen Picasso. Was it just one video he appeared in? I say appeared in it at one point. I thought it was probably just a hoax, but he seemed to be too genuinely angry to be actually putting it on. Maybe Ronnie Pickering is actually a nice man, but an exceedingly good actor, and has a friend on a bike that's really willing to try and make a viral video. Because it could have been as simple as that. Who knows? Does anybody know? I'd like to find out. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is, in this packet here, you may be thinking, what's it going to be? You might be thinking, I don't care what it is, just get on with it. Well, actually it is, quite simply, half a packet of mince. Half a packet of mince that I started last night because I did some Madras meatballs. Again, one of the things I've done before, Madras meatballs. Experimental, slightly. It's not really taking things too far. We're going to bung this on bung this on, in fact. And I'll tell you what, let's use the small ring because I am willing to take my time tonight, for sure. Get the wooden spoon. Normally, two things you would start off with when it comes to cooking mince would be salt and pepper. But on this occasion, I'm not going to bother with any salt because there's going to be an ingredient going into this that has got more than enough salt afterwards. And no, it's not bloody bacon. This is exceedingly stodgy mince. Just the kind of thing that at one point someone said, oh, you can't eat that, I'd rather eat cat food. So it takes a bit of breaking up. In the meantime, 6 minutes in, I shall actually see who has joined me here tonight for this, hopefully, wonderful live stream. Who's here? It's you. And me. It's all about improvising shite. Get my glasses on. Find my glasses are indeed in the case where they belong. And we shall commence. And we shall commence for not too long because remember, tonight, cooking is happening in a pan. And I'm going to eat it tonight. Out of the pan. Straight out of the pan. Not straight out of the pan, but out of the pan. Right, there's not a lot of heat on that. And we have quite a few comments to catch up with already. But tonight I'm going to try and whiz through them a little bit more, but I will give every single one just that little bit of attention that is needed. Except for the first two, because they're from me. Andrew Buttigieg, a very good evening, Mustard and everyone, and a very good evening from me to you. Peter P, hello everyone. And whilst I see the greenwood, I shall remember. I shall remember that. Peter P, hello all, and a very big wave to our lovely host, Mustard. Thank you very much. I am your moderator here to make sure that you have a pleasant chat box experience and make sure Mustard enjoys only the best comments. I'm being told I'm not allowed to enjoy the ones that aren't good. Usual rules apply. Most important being, don't be a dick to the other chat. Don't be a dick. Right. Now, who is going to read that and think, oh, that's a pity because I really fancied being a dick to the other chat. Maybe some. What level of weirdness are you aiming for today, asks Peter P. Well, it depends really on how weird you think some things are. It's basically going to be a mince-based something to eat, but it's going to have a couple of things in there that maybe you wouldn't normally have. And I'm fairly sure it'll work. Hey Mustard, mate, hope you're okay this evening. I am indeed, John Studley. Thank you very much for joining. Hello. Oh, Emma Lemon is here as well. Hello, Emma Lemon. Bang! Hello, Emma. Hello, Boggs. Boggs? Who's Boggs? Hello, Boggs. I'm constantly burning my tummy, says the Greenwood. I managed to pour boiling water from a sieve down me. That's desperately clumsy, that, you know. Desperately. And twice I put a baking tray against it. But why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. Aren't they mogs in here? Aren't they mogs in here? Yes, probably. Ronnie Pickering, a succulent Chinese meal. There, see, I've got to already start paying attention to the meaty stuff because it starts to cook. Although I quite like a bit of burnt meat myself. Yeah. Anyone fancy some burnt meat? Hey. Mags. Oh, Mags. Evening all says Mighty Cat Mods. Evening to you, Mighty Cat Mods. Hi, Mighty. The Welsh Porker is here. Good evening, one and all. Steve W. Just popping in to say good evening. I'm busy working. Oh gosh. Oh, you don't look too happy about it either. That is, if we are to believe the emoji things that people put. Now, some people do too many emojis, don't they? Everybody's going to say that at some point. Too many. Yeah. You've said what you think, and you don't need an emoji to explain it. Some people are going to think that, aren't they? And that one there, I'm busy working, and then this sad face, which is, I'm going to try and copy it. That must mean that you really don't want to be there. Hi Steve, bye Steve. Charlotte Carlson is here with a sunflower. Hi, hello Mustard, and everyone. Hope you are all well. Very nice of you to say. Very nice of you to say. We won't be long with this actually before I start adding some other things to it. And then the simmering process shall begin. Do you want to see it? It doesn't look that great. It's just mince that doesn't kind of forms in lumps. It's the full fat mince, so you don't have to bother with any oil. And I like the full fat mince because it has more flavour. And as well as that, I've mentioned this before, the old fat stuff, that's not bad for you. Let's start understanding naturally occurring fat is actually good for you. It gives you energy. Thoughts on Martin Scorsese? Says Anakin Skywalker. I don't know. Why? Is there anything wrong with him? He's not died, has he? Has he died? Is that what's... Oh dear. Oh, that's rather terrible news then, isn't it? Did you watch the movie Forrest Gump? He didn't direct that, did he? No, I've never watched Forrest Gump, by the way. No. Yay, he's slamming it down on the table again. Oh yes, more things to slam down on the table. Let's see. Well, that cup, this strange doll, and well, I could use a chopping board, but that really would make a rather horrid slammy sound that you wouldn't appreciate. You are from. That reminds me of Manuel, Fawlty Towers. You man with beard. That where you are from. So I don't know where you're from, but I'm from England. But please, just tell me where you're from. You can tell me where you're from, and I'll welcome you to the live stream and ask you to like it as well. Grace is here. Hello, Grace. What's your cooking up? Well, the answer is I don't really know. It hasn't got a name. Maybe it should. Maybe you can help give it a name. I will tell you though. I'll tell you kind of what's going on with it. It's going to be mince with the typical onions and garlic, and a few other little tweaky bits. It's also going to have horseradish in it, no tomatoes, and blue cheese. Yeah, who thinks that sounds weird? And there's olives as well, I think. Olives. Denise Adams is here. Hello, Denise. Yummy, says Denise Adams. I'm not sure why, though, because I've only just said that. And you probably won't be saying that once you've heard what I've just said. Hello, Peter P. I'm good at melting kitchen utensils on hot surfaces. That's the plastic ones, then, isn't it? Because you can't really melt the wooden ones. And you can't really melt the metal ones. Not unless you've got some exceedingly strange heat on the go. Nice fish in the background, says Denise. Yep, they are nice fish. And if we have a look there, if you're familiar with the fish tank, you'll see that there are some more plants. They're not real. They're plants that we had from the previous tank when I bought some fake plants for it. And I decided I prefer some proper plants. But the trouble is the proper plants get eaten. And it seems a bit of a waste of money buying proper plants just so that the silver dollarfish eat them. And they left one behind. There's just one just there that they obviously don't like the flavour of.
And these ones here are made of plastic, and so they won't be eating those ones at all. But from this distance, I suppose they don't look too unrealistic. But if I was to move you a lot closer, you would probably say they don't look very real at all, because they don't look very real at all. Grace asks, who do you want to win today, Tottenham or Manchester United? It's half time right now. They're drawing 0-0. Honestly, I don't care. I have no interest in football in the slightest bit. But if you do, then that's fine. Other people are welcome to like football, but let's not make the assumption that everybody likes it, because not everybody does. I've never ever understood the appeal, not in the slightest bit. But don't be offended by that, Grace. I just don't like it. Hello, Captain. What's up? What's up? Asks Raj. Laughed at the doll. Thanks, Greenwood. My ex managed to set the grill panel light, so he pulled it out and threw it across the room, and it landed on the floor and melted the vinyl. Wow, imagine that. Well, that's really bad. He ruined your record collection. Yeah, we don't want to go too much with that. Now that's, I will carry on reading comments in a moment, but I also want to pay a bit of attention to this. So I'm going to put some ground black pepper in here. I'm going to put quite a bit in, because I like it. And as all that meat is actually cooked, I'll push it all to one side there and bung in the garlic, like so, and the wonny ones, which also like to be in the heat of the oil. Natural and straight from the cow. Give it a little bit of a mix up here and turn the heat down slightly, because the trouble is you can very, very easily burn onions, and I don't really want them burnt. That would spoil them, and I don't want them spoiled, because I prefer them to be nice. When that cooks down a bit, I'm going to add some balsamic vinegar because I like adding balsamic vinegar to things. Although I probably don't need to, because I'm going to be using some horseradish, which will provide that kind of tanginess anyway. Thanks. You see, I didn't take long, did it? Just to read through some, not read through some comments. That does take ages. Just to add some onions and garlic to the mix, eh? Mighty cat was, no need to slam cheese, just place it firmly on the table. That's enough if you save cheese at the time. I will be doing exactly that with cheese. And you know what? The cheese is in the fridge at the moment. That's the wrong place for it. Not normally, but cheese does not need to be kept in the fridge all the time. That's what I think, especially when you're going to use it. And I'm going to use all of it. So it may as well just be taken out. But I'll do that in one moment. I'm bound to be back over the other side of the kitchen in a minute, because I've just finished a cup of tea off. And if you know me, you know what happens when I've just finished a cup of tea. I go and make another one. That old trick. Dilly's days. Ooh, what kind of fish? There are all kind of fish in the background. Have a good look, have a gander to try. Allegro man is messaging me on WhatsApp. Captain, I have a request. Please read the comments a bit faster, says Raj. Why do I need to read them faster? All right, I'll tell you what, yeah, that's just, if I read them faster, is that so that we can have more? Let's give that a go, okay? Grace, sounds delicious. Aha, I call it mismatch. Oh, I'll call it that. Okay, I'll call it something for sure. Hi, I'm Richard. He's only a few minutes behind. He likes making sure everyone has their turn. Plus, he's cooking as well, of course. Thank you very much, the Greenwood. The Welsh Porter. My son has a bad school report today, and the teacher asked him to name something that he's not very good at, and he started pointing out the letter N. He replied, spelling. Oh, is that it? I've called up. Wow. I was in a right dash then. I thought I was getting properly told off. And because my Viewers went up to about 19. Now it seems good. Right, good, Raj. I would do that a bit more if you like in a bit. But the thing is, though, I actually do enjoy taking my time with the comments. Now, I know that might not be too appealing for anyone that's just dashing in and dashing straight back out. If you're new to the stream and you were to say, turkeys are evil and they should be muzzled and kept on a lead, and you want me to respond to that straight away, then I need to be already caught up with the comments. So here's a new one for you. Oh, no, it's not a new one. Do you think the comments are clever? Asks Can Kun. Sometimes. Sometimes they are. Most of the time, they're not particularly. It depends on how many people are in. Well, there's an idea. That's what I'll do. I shall talk about the comment that's actually current until a new one comes in. Yeah? So, yeah. When there are lots of people in, and there we go. I want to say read comments at the same pace, but give less time answering each comment. But some comments are worthwhile putting a bit of effort into, aren't they? And some comments spark off a train of thought that, you know, if you come here to watch a man with his glasses and his beard on bumble through thoughts that many of you do, then you wouldn't want me to stop doing that, would you? And so and of course then what happens is if I'm right on the last comment, I haven't got any other comments to read out. So I may as well actually say something about that comment, haven't I? It's a tricky one to get just right because obviously I understand that for anybody watching a live stream, they want the interaction. That's the only reason they're here. Maybe they're not in the slightest bit bothered about what I am actually saying, as long as I'm saying what you're saying. And there we go. Raj, man with glasses and beard. Nice one. It's true. It's true, isn't it? It's very difficult to disguise glasses. Emma Lemon, thing is, if he spends less time answering, we may as well read the comments ourselves off the screen. Good point. Isn't the whole point that Mustard reads the comments and gives his thoughts and opinions? That's what we would hope. That's what we would hope. But of course, maybe it isn't. And yes, indeed. Here for the ride on Mustard's train of thought, says Peter P. That's a rather fabulous way to put it, actually, and I like that. I'm going to give, if only I could award points to people and you could collect them, and you know, when you get 100 points, you get a free gift that somehow, you know, somebody gives to you. And I'm going to give you a point for that. You only ever get 1 point. You only get 1 point, so you're going to have to keep score yourself. So Peter P is the first person to give himself a point from me. Okay, so keep score. In fact, if you want to, you could always start every comment off with how many points you've got so far. Exactly, Emma, says Andrew Buttigieg. Thank you, Andrew Buttigieg. Raj says, why everyone got against me? Chill, everyone. I'm with Captain completely. Well, thank you very much. I know you are, really. I certainly won't take offence by any of that. Just had to change my ways slightly. Thanks. Point noted, says Peter P. Peter P being the first person ever to get a point on this live stream and take it away with him to collect them all. Collect them all and become a prized point collector person. Emma says, my little spotty bum friend. Where's he gone? Hey, Miles. Oh, Andrew Buttigieg, of course, is there. Maxi, do you know about semen retention? I don't really, no. Let me try and figure out what that is. Has it got something to do with just keeping it, not letting it go? Or when you do let it go, you keep it in the jar, keep it in the freezer so it doesn't go off? Could be that. Do you give out points on different colours? Do you give out points in different colours and sizes? No, not yet. No, that will be something that will happen at some point when the live stream goes back to being viewed by more than 10 people at a time. And you never know, with my new way of actually just making sure there aren't a whole lot of comments to read out, maybe more people will visit. Now, should I make myself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee? What do you think? In fact, because we're right at the end of here, you tell me. Let's have votes, tea or coffee. Come on, quickly, come on. I'm going to be as demanding as you are now, right? If you want me to be on top of the comments, I want you to be right back at me. And nobody said anything. That means I'm going to have to make my own mind up, I think. My Emma Earl. Some retention is holding back on ejaculation. Tea, says, tea, Yorkshire tea or coffee, says Raj. Semen retention is holding back on ejaculation. Oh, right, okay, thank you very much, Emma. What are my thoughts on that? What's the point? That's what I want to know. And I say that, I ask that most sincerely because I don't know what the point of it actually is. And who was it who asked anyway? Was it Maxie? Maxie, are you still here, Maxie? Coffee, large bollocks. Neil the Gibbonator is here. Neil the Gibbonator. The Gibby. Hello all, how are we doing? Neil! Hi Neil, we're currently at 10. Right, I'm going to have coffee. I had actually already made my mind up, to be honest. And that's because it's quicker. Not necessarily better. Hopefully I'm going to come back any second and find 100,000 comments to catch up on. Well, I noticed just then, I noticed a private message flash up at the top of the screen, and if it's anybody in here, do it again because I can't read it until I've finished. Can I? But I did see that there was something there, and it may be something important that I won't find out until later. That would be a terrible disaster, wouldn't it? We don't want disasters going on. We want things to be lovely and smooth. Now, so there we go. Neil the Gibbonator. Hello, the Greenwood. How are you? How are you? How are you? Emma, you have found the hidden meaning behind the name. I do that. Huh? Oh. Right, the Gibbonator. Yes, that is the hidden meaning. Brilliant. Not bad. Right, okay, good. We're all okay, yes. Are your glasses near or for far sight? They are near. I would have thought you'd be able to tell, Raj. But as I only need them to read like this distance, they must be for near sight. Now, I would go over there and get something, do something. I've got to take them off, otherwise I'll bump into things, smash everything to bits, be all regretful and wish I'd taken my glasses off, and we don't need that, do we? Diamond painting art, or art, sorry. Diamond painting art. Can you say hi, Emily and Carla? Well, hello, Emily and Carla. Weird food, asks Smashing Pistons, also known as Simon. Lovely Simon. Simon with a beard and funny coloured hair. Yes, yes, indeed. Actually, didn't misread your chat name. Ah, right, yes, no. Reading, yes, it's not Simone, it's Simon. Simon, oh, it's Simone, the lady version of Simon. Or the other way around. I think we can agree that it probably is. Whilst in the fridge now, let's get a couple of other bits out. Namely, yes, this and that, and where's my cheese? Who's got my cheese? There it is. There's the cheese. Whoopee. Right, yeah, so the other ingredients for this. Olives, not too sure about that, going to do it anyway. Horseradish, definitely doing that. Not gone off, brilliant. Because of the horseradish, I don't really need the balsamic vinegar. And then lastly, the blue cheese, which I shall unwrap and show you its veins. There's not loads of it left, but it's more than half of it. And that should be enough because it is, well, basically very strong in flavour cheese. That's the kind of cheese I like. And no tomatoes. No need for tomatoes in this particular thingy. Oh no. But there is going to be need for something else hidden. I was going to say hiding away. Not here hiding. It's hidden away in the cupboard. I don't know what it is just yet. It's coming to me. It will be something sweet possibly, because everything else is covered, isn't it? We have all senses will be covered. We have kind of tarty. We have creamy and cheesy and like that. We have pepper, which does that. We have olives that might make go. We have mince, which might mean, yeah. Onions, of course, they don't really do anything once they're cooked properly. Same with the garlic. What we need is something that you go as well, okay? So, you think about your facial expressions that you make when you eat something of a particular, that stimulates and invigorates and teases a part of your tongue, then you want to try and get as many of those in one go to confuse yourself with. Back to reading these comments out. I'm going to slow down a bit because I don't really want to ruin it by reading them too quickly. Lay off the wine, Greenwood, says Gibby. Gibbinator, don't be so presumptuous. All right, fella. All right, indeed. I saw a mad amount of classic cars in France, says Simon. And you will do, because in France, they're not quite so throwaway about things, are they? I mean, they don't look after cars too well, but they also don't throw them away because they've got a scratch or because it's not new anymore. In fact, I'm sure it's probably just all French cars though, isn't it? With a few British cars. What don't you see in France? What kind of cars do you not see in France? I'm going to say you don't really see a great deal of German cars or Italian, but you just see kind of 95% French, and then a few Brits, and then occasionally something from Germany or Japan. But they just don't want to buy them, do they? All that means, Greenwood, is tonight is be a good girl and behave. Boring, says Emma. Boring. Did you forget to firmly place the cheese? I did forget to firmly place the cheese down, didn't I? Because I was talking about it. One of the ingredients with this particular weird thing I'm cooking tonight is cheese. Yeah? Will that do? I think it will. Captain, why you get so angry and offended so quickly? We seldom see you laughing or smiling. I know it's just in my nature. And I just, well, it's the Ronnie Pickering. This particular episode should be called the Ronnie Pickering episode because I aspire to be the man. Right down to the fact of having the Citroen Zara Picasso. Oh, what a wonderful car. Oh, yes. I'm going to go out of my way to do a test drive in one of those. Test drive to see if it makes me angry. Only in here, after 11, we can misbehave. I can misbehave. Oh, really? Have you got to wait till 11? Is it, or is it just a matter of respect? Go to Boaty's live stream and it's free for all. It's like a chimp's tea party, isn't it? And he encourages it, but says, "Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not time for all this kind of thing. You'll get me demonetized." But in fact, he loves it, doesn't he? You give expressions so nicely, says Raj. Loved it, really. Ah, thank you. He needs tickling. I don't. I jolly well don't need tickling. That's one thing. That's one thing I will simply not tolerate. If anybody tries to tickle me, I will not be responsible for the knee-jerk reactions and the elbows that go flying around everywhere by accident. Neil Gibbons. There's been some strange classic car show on in Wales. I ended up that way for the past 3 days. And there's some interesting buildings, and six-wheeled Cadillac was my highlight. A six-wheeled Cadillac. That must have been quite a big car then, I suppose. True, Emma, yes. Simon says there was so much mustard in the supermarket. There's so much mustard in the supermarket. Ah, yeah, because they like mustard in France, don't they? Of course they do. So much mustard and yet hardly any pizza. Yeah, I think that might be another thing. The French might think, oh, there's the pizza, tally. Is that what it is? There's a lunch vid where the guest suddenly lunged at mustard and tickled him. Yes, that is true. That was Mark on Cars. Not Mark Lamar, but Mark, the Mark Parr. That's him. That's who I'm thinking of. Him. That really did come as a surprise because I was just thinking he's going to be this little timid chap sat in the corner that we'd have to struggle not to make fun of. I don't mean in a bullying way, but just in the way that normally Boaty and I will just end up talking bollocks and trying not to disclude anyone from it. Yesterday that was impossible, but I thought that might have been a bit of the case with Mark, where he'd ended up being a bit bemused and wondering why he's come along, like Allegro Man did. But instead, no, he just got his tickly arms out instead. Wasn't expecting that at all. Guessing fresh pizza is the only way in France, says Neil the Gibbonator. A £1 Tesco pizza is a bit dull. A £1 Tesco pizza? Is this really such a thing as that? I thought that'd be more like an Iceland kind of thing. Oh, no, I've got a message off of somebody there. But it's not anyone who's in this live stream because it is somebody who's been trying to scan on me. Oh yes, we all get plenty of those, don't we? I love them. I really play along with them. The cars I saw, says Simon, were mostly American. But I also followed a TR6 home, a Mark II Golf, and spotted a few Rovers. That's not what I was expecting you to say. I thought it was just going to be Renault, Peugeot, Citroën. Renault especially. My favourite thing about Mustard is how he firmly slams down stuff on the table. It's a teaching. Oh no, it's not. No, it's a real technique he has. Should have a video dedicated to slamming. That might be a good idea, actually. Yeah, good idea. A good idea indeed. That emphasises the point of slamming things down on the table and how you will be taken more seriously in future because of it. Oh, hang on. Yeah? That's got liquid in it. A slamming video, yes. Tracy has to wait until 11 to drink because she needs alcohol in order to cope with him. I don't know what you mean. I think most do, actually. The trouble is that does mean the end of the evening, doesn't it? And I promised myself I would be doing some video editing last night and I didn't even get around to it. That means that my audience on the other channel are being neglected. And it's all because of that man. Mustard, says the Gibbonator, and Boaty, do a slamming video. That will be banned. That will be banned from YouTube. Oh, does anybody remember the Drain Pipe of Dreams? That was just something that just happened by accident. Yesterday we got talking about something similar, a couple of similar things. and we might have to do that, but it'll be a bit naughty, and it will possibly annoy a few people. Hello, Mustard, says Rover Joe. Rover Joe is in the house tonight. All right, I've been sent a friend request from that person who's trying to scam me. How wonderful! How thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Actually, maybe you have a friend request. If you don't answer it, because I don't answer all of them, because I don't know who that person is. It might be somebody who does know me or thinks they know me or has an interest in what I'm doing. But you can just follow for that, can't you? So you don't really need to be an actual friend as well that you don't know. But after a while, I reckon that request disappears. It disappears, doesn't it? It must do. And then they have to start all over again. Did I ask an important question before and nobody's come back to me and answered it? I am not drinking tonight, says the Greenwood, but I will misbehave. Sober shenanigans are you spelled shenanigans wrong. And I know you don't mind me pointing that out. Mustard woman object obsessed with mustard thing, says Eliza. That seems to be one of your many fantastic opening lines. Don't know what it means. Olives, horseradish. Get used to the idea of seeing them tonight. Now we only have 14 likes so far, and I reckon we should have a few more than that. Just a hint, right? Callie's Pox Daisy. I mustard. I know. I've just changed my avatar, and I got told off for this one as well. I call it Avatar, and somebody else says it's something else. Avatar? No, Avatar. Avatar. Is it Avatar or Avatar? I don't care. It's just a silly name for a picture, and it really shouldn't matter. Raj says, first we will tie up Captain and make two people tickle him continuously till he starts laughing out aloud. I wouldn't. I'd just puke. I'd bypass all that stuff and make sure that you ended up regretting it. And you would. Oh, yes. Remember me, asks Eliza. Yes, you don't have to ask if I remember you. I remember almost everybody who comes into this live stream because there aren't that many. I'm Eliza, the cool kid. And there's nothing cool about telling people you're cool. We've said this before. It just doesn't work like that. Being cool is one of those things that you acquire by not worrying about whether people think you are cool. The moment you're concerned about it, it's not being cool. Okay? That's really it. But anyway. The pendulous widge versus the bend over boaty. I don't know what you're thinking there, Neil, but it's not going to happen. Not anywhere else than your sordid little mind. I don't join your live streams as much as I used to come out busy being because I'm being busy cool. Well, when I have free time, I join, but I got to do my workout in 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm a busy person. If only you wasn't so busy. If only you wasn't so busy, I could help you out with a few things. Mark Parr and the Tickly Arms say Smashing Pistons. Yes, I'm sure you saw that one. Afternoon Mustard and Friends, says Stephen S. Paul. Afternoon to you as well. I'm so cool that the world can't handle my coolness. That is an excellent claim. That means that you're so cool that nobody else can see it. Oh, did I miss that dolly? That dolly is probably going to make. Every time I need to make a really good point, I think that dolly's going to have to come back out. What do you reckon? I need to catch up on these comments so I can go on to the next stage of whatever it is I'm doing with this thing tonight. Don't I? Anyway, that's looking rather. I'm sure I'm going to need some more black pepper in there. Black pepper, you simply can't get enough. I'm cool without the H. I'm cool without the H. What H? You don't have an H in cool? That doll looks like something out of a horror film. It does actually, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I love that dolly. Need to see her more. Slam the dolly down, mustard. I might do, but I'll do it when I'm ready to. Howdy, 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 howdy. Right, it's time I went and prepared myself for bed. Latest dudes. Oh, gosh. Well, bye-bye. Good night, Emma. Everyone's saying hello to each. Scam friends are bad friends, says Peter. I mean, Pistons. I mean, let's get smashed. Smashed up Pistons. What a shame. Or is it more to do with those robots? You know the robots for the Smash adverts that they look like, they look like Zippy, didn't they? They were kind of a bit like Zippy, but robot versions of Zippy, insisting that you will eat instant mash. What a strange thing. Robots don't even eat proper food, never mind food like that. What were they thinking? No Facebook friend requests. Stay until you accept or deny. Night night. Oh, you're going? Oh no, you're not going, are you? No, you're not. No, you're staying here. Lol at my spelling telling off. Well, you don't mind, do you? You don't mind. I think the people who spell the best are the ones that would be embarrassed about spelling something incorrectly, aren't they? We all do it from time to time. Oh, I'm not going to sleep yet, says Emma. Andrew, no, but I'm going to go to bed so I can properly relax. I don't need to know any more about that. Olives and horseradish and a rather confused face from Simon. Yeah, olives, horseradish, meat and cheese. Don't forget about the cheese. Oh, and prepare myself for Boatsy at 11. Gosh, this is getting even more worrying. Avatar is like a character, but on YouTube social media apps, it's called a profile picture. But, right, okay, fair enough. That might be true. Probably is actually, yeah. Gold 777 Street, Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, there's a point. Now, somebody mentioned Martin Martin Escort before, and asked what I thought of Martin the Escort. And I thought, I wouldn't go karting with Martin the Escort or really consider anything more. But why was that question asked in the first place? Because there was never anything else from it. Is there a thing, or is it just what do I think of his films? I'd like to know. Emma, I'm cool, says Smashing Pistons. I know I'm cool because my mum said I was. Brilliant, Simon. Excellent. Yes. Eddie Murphy, cool. Eddie Murphy could be considered cool, I suppose. Smashing Pistons, not too bad. Thanks for chilling. Steve Colg is here. Hey, Steve. Tracy and all. Welding like a king, I see. Steve Colg. Andrew, Stephen, and Bob Two String Productions is here. What's on the menu tonight, or is there one? Watching from a pub in Wimbledon. So on the way, walking home to tank tip, the wallet allows. Well, should I go through this again? Currently, I'm making something that doesn't really have a name, and I'm going to be open to suggestions on what this may be considered disgusting meal should be called. It's basically mince, cheese and horseradish. I don't think that sounds that weird, but I reckon nobody else will want to eat it with me. Oh, there's a point. Now, do I make a cheese sauce or just bung the cheese straight in? That's a good question, isn't it? Because I'm making a cheese sauce, I need to do that slightly separately and then mix it together. No, I don't think I will. No, I'm going to do the cheese sauce in it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some cheese sauce in it. Hey Steve, Smashing Pistons. I try my best at the moment. I laugh in my arse off. He is laughing my arse off. I have a bit of a break now as the weather has been crap. It's not been that bad, especially if you're working indoors in your lovely big extended garage as you do, Joe. That the weather really shouldn't be a problem. All year round, you have a lovely stable temperature in there. You've got it set just right at about 17 or 18 degrees so you can work comfortably but not get too hot and sweaty. And it's dry. Did you get Steve Berry to autograph Boaty's 45 bootleg with his marker pen? No. Why would we do that? Now, Steve Berry, although I didn't know him a while back, and he was just somebody I was amazed that I'd end up talking to because he's obviously from actually a real man from a real TV program. He's become a friend now. So you don't ask your friends for autographs, do you? That really would be strange. Was on the conveyor belt, says Gold Streets. Hey Greenie, robots aren't cool. No, they're not. No, Smash robots, they are the overlords, and they kept their human slaves alive by processed mashed potatoes. And that might make more sense. They don't want the humans. They don't want the rise of the humanity. No, we just want these rather simple robots that will basically could be outperformed by a calculator in the 1970s to end up being smart enough to deprogram or switch them off or forget to charge their batteries. Mustard beast in me, quite enjoying that. Maybe I'll make more spelling mistakes. His Boaty's 45 now gone up in price. Oh, right, I see. 4Q says hello. Hello, 4Q. Boaty's 45, the village bicycle. Flame Guy, how are your fish? Hope your ammonia is low. I'm sure it is. The water does get looked after. Don't dare to start calling me Greenie. Nice cheese and horseradish. Different. What's minced cheese? Minced cheese? I don't know. Did I say that? Mice cheese. Oh, yeah. Cheesy horse minge. Cheesy horse. Yeah. It'd have to be pretty horrible for that, wouldn't it? I've scrapped plenty of robots over the years. Lots of weight in them old things. Have a good evening, folks. Says Smashing Pistons. Presumably, Simon is off on his merry way somewhere else. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, Simon. And I do hope you visit the yard again sometime soon. Oh, right. The first of the those have come out, and that is dedicated to Stephen S. Paul. Now then, what should we do next with this? I reckon what we're going to do is make a bit of a sauce in here. Otherwise it's going to be very, very little consistency. Ideally, I would like to do this with potatoes. Thicken it up with potato, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to use a bit of flour. Thicken water. Well, nothing just yet, because once that is mixed in with the onions and the mince like that, as you can see, then I can dash a bit of water in as it is consistently warming up. I think it could actually have a bit more than that as well. There's only half a spoonful of flour. So let's be brave and assume, well, you don't really waste anything by adding a bit of flour, because flour is not exactly a great ingredient, is it? I mean, it does a job. It does a pretty good job at making things thicker. Quite literally thicker. So the next step here then will be to actually bung in a bit of water. Let's do that. I'm not going to measure it though. Oh no, I'm not a measuring man. I do things quite simply by feel. I feel my way around things. It's a very popular method for me, and I think you learn more by not measuring sometimes. I really do. But only measuring for things that need to be precise. If it needs to be precise, then do some measuring. Otherwise, don't bother. Ten to 10. 10, 10. 10 to 10. 10 to 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Bit of water in there. You can hear that. Some will be liking the sound of that. Oh, don't spoil the hissing sound by talking over it. That's my favourite bit, you always say. Very sorry. Turn it up a bit more. That's a bit more that. Bit more hissing, not pissing, fizzing. Not fizzing either, because it's water. It's not carbonated water, is it? It's just water. Bit more. There we go. Hear that? Who likes it? Somebody's bound to. This is the point where, of course, what's left inside. Now, here we go. Now this, because we've had a bit of water in there, that's reacting somewhat with the flour. It suddenly goes thicker with water. Weird, eh? Not weird, there's an explanation to it. It just looks weird. Bit more. Now this point is where what's in the pan is going to be a bit boring. It's not going to be very nice to look at. It's not going to be particularly pleasant to eat. It's just flour and meat. And it's just getting thicker and thicker all the time. And what should I find in here? What should I find in here for me to have a little drink on afterwards? Yes, a beer. I do, however, I will not be, unfortunately, joining you on Boaty's live stream because I have got editing to do. Editing that I should have done last night. If I don't do it tonight, I'm going to get so far behind with things. I was thinking people are interested, that I was about to get ahead and I could start scheduling videos to be posted at like 7 o'clock in the evening, one of the prime times for posting the video, but it didn't happen. And yesterday, I did post one at 7 o'clock. So far, I'm not really behind on posting, but it's not done particularly good views. It's almost like nobody expects me to be posting the video at a sensible time. Let's not bother watching it. More water. Then I sit down again and have another lovely read through some comments there, see if I can find anything worthwhile reading out. If I find anything worthwhile reading out that you might want me to read out, so you don't get offended by me not reading it out. Yeah? Break from the glasses as well, of course. Oh, the right at the bottom there I can see, I've got this one first. Kings, what's your OnlyFans? Well, if you look on my video description, you'll find it there. Now, Mince, that's where we got to. Oh gosh, pistons, yes, pistons. Retracted message is welcome maiden mustards maiden plump. You're doing it again, aren't you? Deliberately mustard gas. I didn't smell anything though. It's not as toxic as you'd imagine. You might look at me and think, when that man farts, things die. But it doesn't happen like that. No, nobody really notices. So it can't really be that bad. Great. I can now definitely get off to bed with that final slam of the first fart, says Emma. I like to be of service. Cooking with mustard. Yes, he never uses mustard. I do use mustard. I use mustard all the time. And tonight, maybe I should prove it by putting some mustard in it, even though I didn't plan on doing it. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? What? Isn't what ironic? That's what I want. Not what don't you think? Don't you know? I don't know. More water. And now this is starting to look a little bit like, well, like sort of a stew, I suppose. And with that, I shall now turn it down. Might as well. Ready for me to start bunging in other ingredients when I want to do. At my own time, like I do everything else. I don't rush it, I just do it when I'm ready. Yeah? The hissing, sizzling is very pleasant to my ears under these headphones. Gosh, I don't really quite get that. I think it only really works if you're there and you can smell it as well. Mustard asks Steekle, can you ride a horse? Boaty can. And for some reason that is funny. So, I've never ridden a horse. I reckon there's some hidden joke there. Smashing pistons, mince, cheese, and horseradish. Oh, there's that horseradish. Is that the one you mean? Oh gosh, maybe you're smarter than I thought, Steekle. Did you manage to get much footage filmed yesterday, Mustard? Asks the Greenwood. Well, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I actually recorded the lunch video as well, but I don't want to, Boaty's going to put that out as a whole thing, okay? I will just use snippets of it. I will just use a few bits, maybe only 5 minutes worth at the most, to go in with some other bits of the day, plus an actual video of Steve driving and talking about Nigel. That's the bit I'm excited by. In fact, I've got other videos kind of lined up ready for editing. I've got so many bits to edit at the moment, but that's the one I think I'm going to push to the front and do that one tonight. I'm quite excited by that one. Minced radish horse cheese. Minced radish horse cheese. Yeah, that would kind of just tells you what it is though, doesn't it? I did not mistype pump. You made me look. I did not mistype pump, but you made me look. I thought you did. Maybe I misread it. Usually nothing affects me ASMR wise, but with these headphones on, the sound waves make my eyes tingle, do they? No, that would happen if you was ear with the onion acidic gases going into your eyeballs. But instead, it's your ears, filling your ears up with sounds like that. What do you know what? Maybe you should just watch live streams of people cooking bacon and eggs, and that would really do it for you. Horse mince is good then and lean. It might be, but we don't want lean mince. No, we want the proper stuff. Lean mince doesn't have the flavour. You see. No, we're all waiting for the Steve Berry video to stop teasing us. Bollocks. Yeah, bollocks. you can't be waiting for it because I've only just told you that that's what's happening. And I will do it later on. You don't mind, do you? Does anybody want me to post it as soon as I've finished it? Or would you reckon I should be best off waiting till the next day? It's always a bit of a weird one, this. Because I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking. If you post a video at 1 o'clock in the morning, which often I have done, then not many people are going to watch it straight away. But in the long term, it shouldn't really make any difference, except that if it's posted at a popular time, you'll get a whole load of people watching it at once, and then suddenly YouTube algorithm thinks, oh, maybe people like this, let's spread it further afield. That's never going to happen if it's posted at 1 o'clock in the morning, unless of course it happens to get picked up by the American people. And you never know, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Now, after all of these dashing abouts, trying to get comments read and stuff, they've all disappeared anyway. All of my audience have all gone to bed. They've had enough of this guy. He doesn't read his comments out quickly enough, and instead he's actually doing something in the kitchen. I don't watch Mustard in the kitchen for him to stand there doing cooking, and that's why I'm glad he changed his name. But that might not really be the case. So, what should I do next? Should I just carry on cooking? Should I just leave you to chat? And maybe I should co-host with this thing. Yes, this thing has come along and it's going to make the show better. This thing is going to come along and it's going to make you feel scared. Scaredy, scared of the little plastic doll. Don't accidentally fall into the pan. Slam it down, why not? Come for the mince, stay for the bollocks. I like that. That'd make a good title for the video, actually, wouldn't it? Come for the mince, stay for the bollocks. Come for the mince and stay for the bollocks. Come for the mince and stay for the bollocks. Yes. Now, wow, there's a comment from the Greenwood there. That doll has been through things we can only imagine. He likes them thin. I think what this doll has been through is some sort of hair transplant. It looks like a 1970s footballer with that comb over, doesn't it? Now let's start adding some other ingredients for this particular exciting thingy. As it goes, this could easily just be the contents of a mince and onion pie, but that won't do, will it? Instead, we want some super strong cheese in there to really make it a bit divisive. And as soon as I start having this, it's going to stink. Oh gosh, it's disgusting. And I don't really mean that, of course. But we'll cut that rind off because we don't really want to eat that. And then we're left with quite a good sized block of really very mature cheese indeed. So genuinely, in it goes. And genuinely, in it goes again. And then, like a third piece of Toblerone that's got green bits in it, another one goes in. The whole lot. Not doing this half-assed. I'm doing it properly. So have a little taste of it. I think it's got so much flavour. It's great. Go.
Now, so you can see for definite, it is definitely in there. Then we'll leave that to just melt somewhat. Olives. That's the bit I'm a bit unsure of, actually. Anyway, one thing at a time, because the olives don't actually need cooking or melting. Do they? No, they don't. What can go in straight away, though, is the horseradish. Now, does anybody like the idea of what I'm making here so far? One nice big dollop of it, another nice big dollop of it, and then another nice big dollop of it, and then a bit more. I'm not doing this without any element of bravery at all. I do want to like it though, so I will ever so slightly taste it once the cheese is melted and I've mixed it up somewhat. I want to taste it and go, that's jolly good and surprising too. I want to be surprised by how good my own invention is, rather than disappointed. Thing is though, why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I be? My imagination tells me that these things will just work together, and regardless of whether it sounds like it shouldn't, I just know they will. I know better. I know better. So you tell me, would you eat it? Come for the mince, stay for the bollocks. I really do like that Peter P. That's really good. Give it to Boaty, and of course Boaty wouldn't eat it because, well, for one thing, he'd say the high-fat mince isn't good, and the other, he doesn't do cheese, of course, and then he tells us all that we're wrong and we're weak for eating cheese, when in actual fact, cheese, any dairy product, good for your bones. Good for your bones. And if you want to have strong bones, you should know you need the calcium. He likes them thin. Oh, that dollar's been through. Oh, I've only read this one, haven't I? I've already read that one. What's the name of that cheese? It is. What was it now? It's Stilton. No, Shropshire. I think it's Blue Shropshire, actually. The Doll. What's the name of the cheese? The Doll. No. I would eat it, but I would leave the olives. What he's serving with this, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just going to eat it as it is. I can't be bothered making anything else with it. And it's going to take a while for this to actually melt that cheese, because I don't really want to just be cooking it hard. I am the rebel spies here. Yes, can't go wrong with a bit of cheese. Board and some wine. I would definitely eat that, says Peter P. Brilliant. Right, so I know if I don't want it, you will. What's the doll called? I don't know. Just not mine. I don't have things like this, you know. Charlton. Is it called Charlton? I don't know. Could be. Could be. I could always go and ask. Then they might say, don't put our doll in your live stream. We don't want our doll in your live stream. It's bad luck. Could be considered a mystery that this doll's down here in the first place. And why? Why would they have such a thing? Why would they have something like this? I haven't brought them up to be interesting, strange little dolls. No, Steve, I'm not going to ask them. I'm going to make my own name up for this doll, and its name is Alanis Morissette. You can see why, can't you? That doll needs to be on your next live cover. Could be, actually. Could be indeed. Yes, that's a good point. Now I'm beginning to regret catching up with the comments, because I could have come to all these comments much later on. The future Mrs. Boaty.
He likes them tall though as well. And she's definitely not tall, but she's made of plastic, and I think that appeals to him. How long ago did I put that beer in the freezer? I'm properly ready for that beer. Properly ready. Oh, now the other ingredient I was going to put in this as well, which might come as a surprise, was a little bit of cinnamon. And I want something possibly sweet in there as well, but I'm going to be really, really careful with this because you can so easily get it completely wrong. I prefer Barbie, not, says Steve. Do you really not like black people? Asks God8281. Why would you ask that? It's a strange question. I've no problem with anyone, okay? Even people called God8281. Are you into fitness? Asks Orange Juice. Yes, I run probably about 5 or 6 miles every day, and what are you on about? What are you on about? No, I am. Just to be clear, I am not a racist. Making sure. Why do you need to make sure? If your assumption is that everyone around you probably has some sort of issue that they need to deal with, then maybe you need to look at yourself. Yeah? Have a look at yourself. Have a look at yourself and go and do a 5 or 6 mile run like I do every day, whilst thinking of the works of Jeremy Osborne from Peep Show. When I find my brain completely empties itself, 5 or 6 miles, I can do that in 6 minutes. Yeah, it's jolly good. Jolly good being able to run as fast as I can. Fitness tudgered down your throat. Well, where would that go? Make that miniature doll a Rover 25. Now I am being silly. Yeah, I don't know how I could possibly do that, actually. God says, I have cancer, I can't. But what can't you do? What is it you can't do? Oh, go for that run. Oh, that's a shame then, isn't it? Well, you would go and have cancer. Yeah, it's up to you. Oh, gosh, this is looking rather unusual now. Look at that. Look at the colour of that. It does look and resemble baby sick, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be very nice. It smells exceedingly cheesy. Oh, I just missed that. I had a message just pop up at the top again and then it disappeared again just as quickly. I'll literally die, says God, and then laughs about it. Wow, you keep your sense of humour. Cinnamon. The tiniest bit of cinnamon. Greetings from my bed. Roundtree, hi from the UK. Well, thank you very much, Roundtree. This is going to be, oh, that's it. About half a spoonful of cinnamon. And even that could be too much. This is almost ready. Ready to eat or chuck away. Going to drain these olives off and then add a few of these in as well. Olives are a bit of a strange one for me because I don't even know if I really like them. I definitely like them in a pizza, on a pizza rather, but everywhere else I find myself thinking, do I like it? Well, I don't know. I'll use it anyway. And then some of them seem a bit squishy. They're probably not very good. So, rather than just chuck them all in, I have a little feel for the firmness. If they're firm, bung them in. If they're not, bung them in the bin. Oh.
And that will do about 10 for that, 3 for the bin. Now I know what I would actually like to eat with this. I know what I think would work would be some lovely fresh bread, a stick, a French, a big baguette thing, one that's just been made and smells rather nice. But I haven't got one, and I'm not going to get one because for one thing the shop's closed, and the other is that I can't be bothered even if I could. Yep, Roundtree, hi Steve, hello Emma, hello. Yeah, I've got a feeling that this is going to need a little bit more black pepper. But you like to look at that there? Who's puking? Who's looking at that and thinking, oh God, that looks minging? Sure that somebody is. What I'm going to do though is have a little taster of it. Just a tiny bit in there. Jake Official's back. Hello, Jake Official. What happened to the omelette? Asks Steve Culg. Oh gosh, right. That's an omelette. It's not an omelette, no. Now, for those that have only just joined, you're cringer for days. For those that have just joined, I've cooked some mince meat and onion, of course, nothing weird about that. Garlic, nothing weird about that. But then, once that's cooked, I've added a bit of flour and got a sauce on the go, loads of black pepper, and then loads and loads of blue cheese and horseradish. And I'm about to have, finally some olives in at the end as well. And I'm about to just give it a taste to see if it needs anything else. Ali Matthews, hello. Hello. And cakes everywhere, And John's back. Genuinely, I'm surprised. Remember me? I trolled everyone the other night. Yes, I do remember. This is really different. I'm going to come back to that in a minute because that does a taste like I've never had before. It's a new flavour. Yeah. All right. Let's catch up with some of these. Well, I'm going to read some of these comments because a whole lot of comments are coming from people that I don't know, and I quite like that. Except for you, I know. Brian Darkflame 450. Yeah. Hello. How is it? Asks Peter. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. I love you, Mustard, but your food tonight isn't floating my boat, particularly because of the blue cheese and the olives. Sorry. Just as well it's me eating it then. I finished, but don't know what that says, Symphonies and a bunch of cars on the game. Hello again, says Ali Matthews, and then some other things there. I'm such a good troll. Says Steve Culg. I set the cat right amongst the pigeons, says John. Right, let's try and remember what John did the other day that was really special. And it was, oh yeah, I know, it was to tell Sophie Ellis Bextor that she should change her name, which but she didn't. So you lost. She didn't even change her name. Well, I'm making potato bread for the first time tomorrow. It's called Farl. Have you ever heard of it? Not that name, no. Can you say rip for Alfie's brother?
Who's that? Oh, Ali's brother. What don't know who that is, do I? Right. Okay. Now, I'm going to say I don't think this needs anything else to it at all. It may sound disgusting, and if you don't like blue cheese, it will be disgusting. And if you don't like horseradish, then it will be disgusting. And if you don't like olives, then it will also be disgusting as well. But I happen to like all of those things, and I've bunged them all into one place where I can just eat them without really having to make any more effort. And so much so that little bit of a taste there makes me want to eat some more, which was definitely the idea. Sophie Ellis Baxter says, John, yes, that's right. Mag Chicken, RIP, says Ali Matthews. So, okay, Ali Matthews, tell me what the situation is then. Your brother, okay, your brother is no longer here. Is that the case? And if so, I mean, obviously I've never encountered you on my live stream before, so you'll have to fill me in on the details. You have to tell me about it. You can tell me and the rest of the live stream about it if you want to do. But in the meantime, I am going to actually eat a bit more of this. I think I'll tell you whether. Oh yeah, it's good. I'll eat this on Karen reading comments out if there are any. Best possible result then, says Peter. I think so, yeah. I think it tastes what I was expecting it to taste like. But it's only just. I think it might need a bit more horseradish. Oh. It's a strange one. It's a strange one, but I just want to keep eating it. I'll come back to this in a second, okay? Now, you know, macaroni cheese is a kind of overly cheesy kind of flavour to it, but it's not proper cheese. Kind of reminds me of that, but it is proper cheese. And the one thing that's hiding in the mix there is actually the meat. You can't really taste the meat very well. It's probably because the cheese is rather overpowering. And to combat that cheese, not to combat it, but to compete with that cheese, the horseradish, also a rather pungent flavour. And the meat may as well not really be there. It would probably work better if it was potato pieces rather than cheese, potato pieces rather than meat. That's what I'm learning. And I wasn't hungry, but I just want to eat some more of it. I'm quite pleased with that. Right. What's up, Mustard, and everyone in chat, says Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. What's up indeed? Well, that's a rather difficult question to answer without Oh, burping. That is what's up. He'll need those for the camping trip. Wellies. I usually find macaroni cheese too bland. I always expect it to be really cheesy, but it never is. Even when I make it myself, says the Greenwood. It's not something I've ever made myself. I just, where have I had it? Oh, probably a very, very long time ago. I think I might have had it, and it had like parmesan in it. So you like a really snotty kind of cheesy sauce with some parmesan in it, because that's a really overpowering cheesy flavour, and then quite a bit of mustard as well. Mustard does bring the flavour of cheese out somewhat. And there's a point. Should I leave this as it is, or just dabble with it a bit now? And the problem is, I like it as it is. And although I can imagine tweaking it ever so slightly, I'd like it with a bit more horseradish in it. Definitely doesn't need any more cheese. I haven't got any more cheese anyway, because I've used it all up. But if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's it, isn't it? I don't make it often, as I find it really rather quite claggy round the waggy. Is there mince in mac and cheese? I don't know. Maybe there is with macaroni. That's pasta. Pat would work with. It would be. Is there mustard or horseradish in mac and cheese? Balsamic vinegar or Worcestershire sauce? Worcestershire sauce. I didn't use any of those because I didn't think it was needed because of the horseradish. And I am a bit, well, I suppose the only thing I could do would be take a bit more in the bowl there and sprinkle a bit in to see whether it makes it even better. Let's do that. There we go. So one wooden spoonful. And then I've got some balsamic vinegar here. Of course. That's quite enough. Mix it up and gives it a different colour altogether straight away. Let's see if it's better or worse. Ever so slightly better, actually. I could eat this just doing that all evening. Do you think that looks disgusting?
Yes.
Right. I think most people think it looks disgusting.
I'm not even going to ask what it is.
That's so good. I'm gonna have some more in a minute. Putty cat. Mustard. Weirdly, I've been taking some anti-impotence medication for my sunburn. It doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off my legs at night. I'm going to go for 30 minutes and see if your views go up. Peter P, I know what macaroni casserole has mince and cheese just on the top. Right, TYS 1865 says, eat one of your fish. Oh, do you know what? You said that yesterday and I was just about to eat one, but I won't be told what to do. And yesterday I stopped myself from eating a fish. Right at that moment I was going to eat a fish and then I didn't eat one because you told me to eat a fish, and now I'm not going to do it again. I really fancied one as well. I really fancied one of those little lovely swimming things. I thought I just chew that up. That'll go with this, but sorry, I won't be told what to do, so I'm going to leave them alone for the night. Hey, Puddy Cat says Daniel Wasvari. Are you a termite? Because you're because you're about to have a mouthful of wood. I thought balsamic would work because it cuts through the richness. Balsamic vinegar works with all sorts of things. Good to see you again, says Daniel. Thank you very much. I put mustard in my cheese sauces as well, says the Greenwood. Puddy Cat. Oh, Charlotte Calliston. Wishing you all a peaceful and restful night. Bye. Thank you for joining us, Charlotte. Good night. See you tomorrow. Go well. Mustard, what is your record for a keg stand? Well, I don't know what a keg stand is, and if I spend too long trying to figure out what it might be, I'll probably get it wrong anyway. So just tell me what a keg stand is and I'll give you the answer. If you want an answer, be specific. It's not difficult. You might think that is really rather just giving it away, but oh gosh, I did a burp then. I hope you don't mind. Now, who's this then? Schlacky Rambo Fanny number 1. Hello. Hello. A keg stand is a beer thing. It's a beer thing. A keg stand is an upside down drinking from the... Oh, gosh, no. Why would I do that? I don't want to drink beer like an animal. I want to drink it like a gentleman. I'm more of a gentleman than an animal. You know, you've seen me drink beer. I drink it out of a glass because that's how you should do it. You don't drink things out of cans. Never mind cans that are meant to be tapped into to stick it straight into a glass because that's the correct amount. That's an awful idea. Awful. Hello. Right, you use the keg stand to elevate yourself and your body holds your legs. What else can I do with this now? I'm going to have another spoonful of the stuff, stick it in there, and then we should try. Oh, hang on. Flintstones or Jetsons? Jetsons. I like that sound that they made. I've got some Worcestershire sauce here, which hasn't even been opened. So I'm going to open it especially for this particular occasion. Consider it a treat. So the balsamic vinegar improved what was already something very good. What will this do? Will this be even better again? Or worse? I actually think it helps that it's cooled down a bit as well. And again, obviously we have a different colour now, so it's gone a bit darker. I think about even, really. The only thing is, now I can't taste the horseradish as much. That's where you add an ingredient, it fights with another ingredient, and at some point you have to stop making them fight and just decide what it is you want to eat. I think they're going to bed, so I'm just going to pop upstairs. Back in a minute. Yeah. And
Can I get this about now, please?
Back, okay. Back. All I want to do is eat more of this food. It's fantastic. All I want to do, not all I want to do, but it's one of the things I want to do. Oh, hang on, more. Chug the Worcestershire sauce. Chug it. Mr. Rogers or Barney, don't know who those are. Bye, Paul. Bye, you will eat my old... Thanks, Jimmy. Good filming for a grilled... or good filling for a grilled sandwich. Would you agree? Not really, no, I wouldn't. Mustard, you should cook steak, peppercorn sauce, mushrooms and so on for a pot noodle. Not a pot noodle. Or a pastry bake. Don't forget to lick the bowl clean, says Puddycat. Well, I don't really lick them, I just scrape the spoon around to get every bit out of it. Greetings, culinary cousins, says Dino Dad, and greetings to you too, Ross. Thank you for joining. Eric or Mustard? Eric or Mustard? Who's that? Perturb. Oh, hang on. Peter P. Right, that's why. M11. Good, but overly diplomatic answer, says Daniel, about something. And Specsavers, don't forget to like, thumbs up. Yes, thank you very much. Now, what next? What can I have in this now? It's not getting wasted anyway. So, was it a relief really that I do like it so much? I'm going to eat it without anything else in it. And now, with a bit more black pepper. This will be a hard way to refine my curious recipe. That's quite a lot of black pepper there. Now, I'm expecting it to be too much black pepper, but the thing is, if it completely spoils it, then I know what's going on. If it makes it okay, then I know it needs a bit more black pepper. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, who got that one? The Greenwood did. So, definitely hasn't got too much black pepper in it. Didn't think it would. I think it's gonna. Now we're about to see a joke here from Puddycat. An old married couple at church. The woman turns to her hubby and says, "I've just let I've just let out a really long silent fart. What should I do?" The husband replies, "Replace the battery in your hearing aid." Yeah. Thing is, you only know it's silent because you don't feel it. Let Tracy read the comments out. How can she? Yeah, I'm not sure you'd hear it either. He's reading them out wrong. Of course I am. I do it deliberately. How tropical that fart. No, how topical. How topical that fart. I'm always going to be reading some of them out wrong, incorrectly, Steve, because I have to decipher what people are saying. When a lot of the time, if I read out exactly what they're saying, that's not going to make any sense. Thank you. I shall put it in with my little fart you gifted me. Tracy needs to phone on. Also read the comments. Yeah. It's very generous with admissions. I am, yeah. Gosh, it's getting cold here now in the morning. Hard to get up for just early lives. 10 degrees in the morning. Oh, that's unusual, I suppose. So, yeah, interesting. So it's actually colder in Australia than it is here in Britain. What about that? Or at least your part of Australia. You trolling me, Mustard? It might be. I felt the vibration then on my elbow, and I was looking around to see if I could find my phone. It's there. Please say the alphabet backwards, starting with the letter Z. Well, you'd have to start with the letter Z, wouldn't you? Because that is the final letter of the alphabet. Should I do it? I used to do it. When I was about 7, I used to do the alphabet backwards. And then at some point I realised it's a bit pointless because, you know, knowing it backwards, reciting it backwards is nothing more than just a simple exercise that is only really going to annoy people. Maybe you'd like it, Puttycat. Maybe you'll be maybe you'd love it. Maybe I should do a special video of me reciting the alphabet backwards just for you. But I don't think anybody else wants to hear it. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I am. I'm trolling you, Steve. I think with pepper, it does make you a bit sneezy. Finally got to that time. Now, would you like me to slam the beer down as well? Would you? Do you wish I'd done that? That's just the right temperature there. Oh, no, it's not. No, it could do with being a bit colder. So it almost goes cloudy, I suppose. The cops in America use that as a test for drunk driving. Oh, right, I see. Why though? Yeah, I know they have these sobriety tests where you have to walk along in a straight line and touch your nose with your eyes closed and things like that. Do they not just use the breathalyzer thing that tells you exactly whether someone's had too much or not? I would like to hear it, Mustard, says Daniel. Next live stream, silent or loud farts preference. When Boaty goes camping, he'll bring a citrus tent. Oh, circus tent. Circus tent. Right, who wants scrambled eggs for brekkie? Oh, hello, good evening, and buttocks to you all, says Boaty's World. Yes, please, overcooked and not too much milk, Ross. Bertie! So, ZYXWVUTSRP oh no, I've got it wrong already. See, that's the thing. How can anybody do that if they've not done it since they were 7 years old? You know, I'm going over like 40 years ago, the last time I recited the alphabet backwards, and now it means I'm drunk because I can't do it. The American police have got some bloody strange ideas, that's what I reckon. Last bit of this before I put the rest of it away, which is just for Boaty, my blue cheese sloppy stuff. Yeah, it may be difficult, Putty Cat, but you can bet. Give me 10 minutes, I could recite it backwards like that. I could fling it out backwards, but I would find myself wondering what the point is. I think my favourite one might actually have been the Worcestershire sauce, so I got to do that again. And the rest of it I'm going to stick in a tub for tomorrow. And we're going to finish up in 1 minute. So you can all be ready to get changed for Boaty's live stream, if that's where you're going. Boaty, is he still here? I do like that. What makes you think he's driving? I'm sure he's home already. So, as I've already mentioned, I won't be at Boaty's live stream. Sorry, but I have got to get this editing done tonight. And I don't have another night where I don't do it. Simone says, hello, Captain. Hello. Hi, all in chat. Mustard, do you struggle when helping your children with their maths homework? No, I don't. I find it quite easy, in fact. Simone, waving, and pussycat feet, pussycat feet, pussycat feet, pussycat feet. Only 2 of them, though. I've noticed most cats have 4. Anyway, it's time for me to finish up and let you go. And I'll continue eating my weird food. Jolly good. So good. I'll make that one again. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you for liking the live stream, because I know that some of you have done. Thank you for all the comments. All of them, even the ones that aren't particularly clever or funny. And thank you for being, for subscribing to the channel, if you have done. Thanks for my warmer packs again. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, it's a pity you're only doing an hour, because then I might actually catch a bit of you. But right, so there we go. Thank you very much to the Greenwood, especially for the moderation, which is always very helpful. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.